But tonight, national title game. Ohio State, Bama. I've already gone through this on a breakdown show I released last Friday. Matt, what's your thoughts on the Ohio State-Bama matchup?
Ohio State has to play, it has to be a mirror of how they played against Clemson. They have to have big plays. Trey Sermon's got to be...
No big mistakes either.
No. Trey Sermon's got to be leaping over people like he was in that last game. Their quarterback has to have a great performance. Everybody's got to play along, and they all have to play as even better than they did. Because Alabama is the top team. You got Mac Jones, Najee Harris. Those guys are going to be first rounders at least, or Devontae Smith.
And Jalen Waddle's right up there with him
Waddle
too.
As well. There's so much talent, like you just said before. There's too much talent on that team to fit in place. So this is it's gonna be a big test for those Buckeyes tonight.
Right. They have to come out all cylinders firing. They can't make the mistakes. There's so many people to cover. I really got into detail on this for the breakdown show. You guys can go watch that on YouTube if you want. But really, the keys to this game for Ohio State, they got to get pressure on Mac Jones. They can't let him get time because Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, they know how to get downfield. They're fantastic route runners. That's one of Bama's specialties. Bama produces great route runners. And they're fast most of the time, too. So this is one of those games they have to come out there. They can't get beat deep, and the only way that they can for sure do that, they have to get pressure, much like they did against Trevor Lawrence. To beat a great quarterback, you have to make them uncomfortable. You can't leave him a clean pocket. You can't rush 3 guys, because if you rush 3 and drop 8, he's going to find a hole in the zone. That's what great quarterbacks do. And if you're dropping 8 guys or only have 3 guys on the line, Najee Harris is getting the handoff, and he's running it.
Yep.
So they have to keep 5-6 guys in the box, leave 5-6 guys in coverage, and they have to attack. Yeah. The Buckeyes can't be complacent. They can't sit back and wait for Bama to push and then respond to it. They have to go right at Bama. They have to attack. Then if you're Bama, when you notice Ohio State being aggressive and really kind of pulling in, be like, oh, we see they're blitzing, toss the ball get it to the outside. They got to get the ball to the outside, and they got to get it away from those interior linemen like Togiai. Baron Browning has been a great edge rusher in that Clemson game, and we're seeing a pass rush we haven't seen from Ohio State all season long. Bama's got to take advantage of that aggressiveness, hit them on quick routes. I've talked about the cover defense that Ohio State has been playing all season long. They're not running a ton of man. They've started to a little bit more as we've gotten farther into the season, but I talked about it so much at the beginning of the year where Ohio State's defense had so many holes that a team like Bama will take advantage of. Clemson could take advantage of it, and they did in a lot of instances. Ohio State just came up big when they needed to. This is one of those moments, again, Ohio State has to play the same. Give up a 60-yard drive or give up an 80-yard drive, but make it end in a field goal instead of a touchdown. Or make them go for it on 4th down every time. If you're holding them to 4th and 1, 4th and 2 all night, you can win. You can start winning these matchups. But I think there's going to be a lot more of this. There's going to be the game within the game tonight for Ohio State and Alabama.
That's a perfect way to put it. The game within the game.
Because these teams are so equal in talent, and the stats are close. We're getting down to the point where we're having the future, of Ohio State, Ryan Day, versus the legendary Hall of Fame level head coach of Nick Saban going one-on-one in a coaching brain battle. That's what this is. This is 2 coaches out there with reputations on the line. Do we see a passing of the torch? Does Ryan Day strip away, the Saban magic down there in Alabama?
Or does Saban, say that's not your torch?
Does he keep somebody in his place? Right. He's like, nah, I still got some time left. Yeah. I don't think Saban's going to retire anytime, so that's not what I'm saying here. No. He's still going to be a great coach for years to come.
And he's not going to the NFL. He's staying
not again,
put.
No. But this is more of a thing for Ryan Day going up against Nick Saban to prove, Ryan Day, you just beat the other guy who's been building a program at Clemson for a few years, picked them up from the ashes of despair that they were in, rebuilt them into a national contending conference, and you were handed the reins from an all-time great, Urban Meyer. You're still using his players, but now it's your system. Can your new ideologies beat one of the greatest coaches to ever coach this game. Because, I mean, that's what this is coming down to. On third downs, can you be aggressive? On fourth down, can you be aggressive? Are you willing to take the risk of getting beat deep so you can send an extra guy at Mac Jones? Or you're stacking the box with 9 guys. Have you built up the confidence in your own players? Because part of this, it goes to coaching down into the players. It's not always what they teach you, it's how they teach you it. What ideologies are they establishing in your own mind? Are they teaching you confidence? Are they teaching you how to win? Are they teaching you how to bounce back from a play? That's the moment we're getting down to, because these two teams, they're phenomenal teams. They're the two best teams in college football. And
they are.
Whatever Ohio State's schedule is at this point is irrelevant. This is the game. This is the national championship. We can talk about all of that afterwards, right? You can talk about anything else after the game. If Ohio State gets blown out, you can say, well, maybe
they beat Clemson.
Right, they still beat Clemson, who Ohio State earned their place. Now this is the chance to gain the respect. To be like, not only did we deserve to be here, we're the best damn team in the land.
Because you got a lot of trash talk against you because, they shouldn't have been in it. Florida or A&M should have been in it. They only played 6 games. They only changed the rule because it's Ohio State. They wouldn't have changed it because if it was Penn State or Michigan or whatever. No. They shut them up. They went in and beat Dabo Swinney.
Indiana should have had 2 losses, by the way.
They went and beat Dabo Swinney. They tore up Brent Venables' defense, and they took down Clemson, the defending champ, or not the defending champs, but the defending co-champs or whatever.
Right. They won the games they had to win.
Yeah.
They deserve to be here. Now it's the final testament. What can you do when everything matters? Every single play. You got to avoid penalties. I mean, this is for both sides. Avoiding penalties, avoiding turnovers. Don't come out with 13 guys on the field. Know who's supposed to be where. This comes down to trusting your coach. Whichever team trusts their coach more,
that's the team that's
might be the team that walks out with the win. Obviously, there's still all the mistakes that can happen, like Justin Fields and Olave's mishap in the Clemson game the year prior. One guy thought it was going one way, the other wanted to cut back the other.
Let's just put it this way. I'm not going to jump off track just for a second. You remember that whole, I think it was this year, the whole Titans and Mike Vrabel where he was like, take the delay of game or whatever. Mm-hmm. Remember that whole situation? They're like, why? Like, trust your coach. And they ended up winning that game.
Trusting your coach is so important when it comes to big games.
And you're going to trust, I would definitely trust Ryan Day, who was
I'm trusting Saban every day as well.
I'm going to who was under the tutelage of Urban Meyer for a while. And then I'm absolutely going to trust Nick Saban.
The hand-picked protege, yeah.
Yeah. So if you can trust if Mike Vrabel's players can trust him, any other player can trust any other coach.
Right. This is the moment though that it's coming down. How's it going to happen? That's what we're waiting for. No, we're not picking. I don't make picks on this.
I don't want to pick it.
I never pick Ohio State games. I don't do it.
No.
I'm a sports fan. You don't make picks on your own team.
No. What's to say that we're calling this game or we're not going to pick it? Like
right,
that.
Yeah.
I'm not picking this because I'm calling it. It's
right, we're like Kirk Herbst's like, I'm calling this game. Sorry, I can't.
Like, what if you would pick that team and go call them? And it
makes you sound biased. Yeah. Everyone knows I'm the Buckeye bias. Everyone knows the team I want to win, but I don't make the prediction for a reason.
You're wearing it all right now.
I have 2 sets of Ohio State Buckeyes on, an Ohio State shirt and an Ohio State hat. Matt is sitting in front of an Ohio State flag next to my Ohio State stoplight. I have a sign that says Buckeye Boulevard over on my counter with an Ohio State wig that you'll see me wearing on game day if I appear on television. So we know where my loyalties lie.
If you follow either of us on Snapchat, I will try to get a picture. If you're on TV.
It might go up onto... Make sure to save the picture. Get it on. We'll put it up on Instagram and Twitter if I'm on it.
Too. Look at this meathead on TV.
Meathead of the week next time out. It's gonna be me on TV.